Good evening. How are we? We all enjoyed the sunshine today. Lovely, wasn't it? We are coming into part 2 of Miss Conceit, if you remember, from The World's Worst Teachers, not children teachers. And if you remember, we left off where Miss Conceit, she was trying to enter the children into the Children's Art Competition Knockout, which was it's known for short as CAC. And everybody found that really funny. She didn't know why. So that's where we left off. All the children were really laughing at being entered into CAC. And they're all saying, do we have to? Not fair. She's always making us do extra work. It's all about her. Can't she just disappear up her own bottom? I would rather eat my sock. Wonderment, wonderment, called the teacher, as if they'd all been cheering her. Now, I want you, the kids, to shout out and tellish me what you think our school's work of artiment should be. A ripple of excitement passed through the school hall. This seemed like a marvellous opportunity to be naughty. Best of all, if all the kids were naughty, the teachers wouldn't be able to punish them. You can't put the whole school in detention. How about a sculpture of a giant bogey made entirely of snot? Shouted a voice from the back. Miss Conceit's face turned sour. Properment suggestiments only, please. No, called somebody from the middle of the sea of naughtiness. How about we make a model of the school using only foot cheese? That is not in the least bit funnyless. I know, hollered a voice from somewhere that nobody could be sure of where exactly. We should all paint a ginormous bottom burp in different shades of brown. You are not taking this seriously. This is art. The art teacher was not in the least bit amused. I've just got to move my contact lens because I can't quite see. Oh, that's a little bit better. Even if every single person in the hall was. Even her fellow teachers were chortling away. They found her deeply annoying too. Settlement down, please, shouted the teacher. Eventually, order was restored. To see the giant school that is made of foot cheese. Foot cheese? Disgusting. Good. Now, I think we've had quite enoughment of silly suggestions. So, I, Miss Conceit, your humblemost art teacher, will decidable the work of artiment will be... Miss Conceit left a long pause for dramatic effect. Me! Boo! Fix! Not again! What a colossal surprise, shouted the kids. Even the stern-faced Mr. Dower, who had been soaked in the staff room, added his voice to the chorus of disapproval. What a load of poopy plop-plops, was his verdict as he mopped the last bits of Miss Conceit's coffee out of his ear. Of course, this is what the art teacher had intended all along, for the artwork to be of her. Fabulosity! That is all settled then. We will assemblement in the ground of play every break time and every lunch time until it is finishment. Oh! groaned the children. Humdrum high, togetherment we will reach for the stars. With that, the teacher performed a little spin. Ring! The bell rang for the first lesson of the day and all the children began filing out. Unsure of what to do after her little spin, Miss Conceit struck a pose and stood as still as a statue. That was a strange premonition of what was to come. After all the fun and games in assembly, At the first break time, the children were set to work. Miss Conceit directed them all from a little wooden plinth in the centre of the playground. The work of art will be madest out of papier-mâché, announced Miss Conceit. Of course, she said papier in a mock French accent, even though she could have quite easily just called it paper. The teacher did the same when pronouncing cul-de-sac, liaison, and even crème. It was just one of the things that made her perhaps the most irritating person on planet Earth. Well, I mean, you will all work together to produce a giant papier-mâché sculpture of me, your most beloved art teacher, Miss Conceit. She had assembled everything the children needed. There were paints and brushes, a tall bundle of old newspapers, a roll of chicken wire, and a huge basket of wallpaper paste. Or a bucket. A basket of wallpaper paste would be rubbish, it would all pour out. It's simplement, children. You have made papier-mâché models thousands of times before. We, I mean you, will buildament up the model and then we, you, will paint it. Now come on, choppity chop. The children groaned. Oh. They were forced to work all through break time and lunchtime and after school until it grew dark. This went on for days, weeks and months. Miss Conceit rejected all their work. No, she would shout. You have not captured my beautiosity. Again. Needless to say, the children had soon had enough and began hatching a secret plan to deal with their art teacher. Look, see all the children hatching their plans. They wanted to deal with her once and for all. It all began, as most secret plans did, with Alexina, the tall, thin, flame-haired girl who was wildly regarded as the naughtiest kid at Humdrum High. Boom, boom, boom. So tomorrow we find out what the naughtiest kid at Humdrum High had planned. That's our final part of that story tomorrow. So join us tomorrow. Hope you have a lovely night's sleep. Mwah. Anybody that wants to dance with us tomorrow, we are going to be doing at 3 p.m, a nice Shim Sham dance workshop. You can go onto the Mood Jangles website and find out about that if you'd like to join in. It's on the Swingdy Hop page. So see you all tomorrow. Have a good night's sleep. Bye-bye.